What? My name is... I could feel it. What is going on, book fam? My name is Majic, for those of you who are new here, and I sometimes yap about books. So, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I am going to be yapping about the book Water Moon by Samantha Sotoyambao. This is actually one of my very first e-ARCs ever. ARC stands for Advanced Reader Copy, and initially I thought these are only for fast readers or smarter readers. I'm not saying that I'm not smart, obviously, but that's what I initially thought. These are basically copies of books that are releasing soon, and this book got released on the 14th of this month. Shout out to Del Rey Books, Penguin Random House, and NetGalley for letting me take a peek and read the uncorrected proof of this book. And honestly, I had a lot of fun reading this book, and I can't wait to reread it. That's the book that we're going to be yapping about. So without further ado, let's get into it, shall we? Before I talk about how many stars I gave this book and how I felt reading this book, let me give you a little bit of a synopsis, okay? So this book is set in Tokyo, Japan, and it actually starts in a pawn shop, but this is not your regular schmegular pawn shop, okay? For the regular person's eyes, they'll probably see a cozy ramen restaurant. The chosen ones, the lost ones, find themselves stumbling upon this pawn shop, like thinking they're walking into a ramen restaurant, but they walk into the pawn shop and they find themselves pawning past life choices or their deepest regrets. In this book, we follow our main character, Hana Ishikawa, as she inherits the pawn shop from her dad. And on the first day that she is the official owner of this pawn shop, she wakes up to a mess in the pawn shop. It looked like it'd been ransacked. Much to her surprise, her dad is also missing. So in her head, she thinks somebody took my dad and somebody took something from the pawn shop, which is a life choice that somebody pawned into the pawn shop. And it's a very vital rule in her world, in her line of business, that no one steals those life choices. Essentially, she's super worried. Dad's missing. I don't know if he's dead, alive, who took him, whatever. So she's trying to piece together clues around the wreckage of her pawn shop, and a chosen one, a lost one, stumbles and waltzes into the pawn shop. So she kind of spills everything to this customer. She's like, you have to go. I'm busy, basically. But this customer is not like any other customer, and he offers his help to find her dad with her instead of just leaving or asking for help himself, because he didn't find a pawn shop on a whim, right? So they go on an adventure, a really, really long adventure, and a very fun one, because he discovers a lot of really magical places in this book, and they ride along. I can't say, I don't want to spoil anything for you guys. You guys are just going to have to read this book. The ones that are mentioned in the synopsis of this book is them going through a water puddle as like a portal, or like riding rides on a paper crane. That's all I'm going to say. That is all I'm going to say, okay? So we follow them along their journey to finding Hannah's dad, and obviously they're having an adventure, especially this guy who is a stranger to this world. They're having an adventure, and as they get closer to the answer, where her dad is, who took him, what happened, is he okay? Hannah, our main girl, she realizes she has a secret of her own that she has to reveal soon and risk making a decision that she might never be able to get back. This book explores a lot of obviously life choices, the regrets that they sometimes give to an individual. There's a lot of self-discovery. It's within the fantasy realm. It's also considered magical realism, which is my first book ever. I absolutely love it. I know I have a lot of like very seasoned readers watching this. A lot of my book besties are very seasoned readers. If you have any book recommendations that has magical realism in it, please let your girl know. Drop it in the comments because I would love to read more of books like this. So this falls into, going back into my train of thoughts, this falls into fantasy genre, but also romance genre. It's not the driving force, I would say, of the book, but it's there from beginning to end. And I feel like everything is so well thought out. It's laid out perfectly for the readers. And I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it thoroughly. Considering that this was my first ever ARC read, my first ever magical realism book, I gave this book 5 stars because I thoroughly enjoyed reading this book. As soon as I got the hang of all the terminologies, all the magic rules, the world building was built. As soon as I got the hang of that, everything just made sense. Granted, it did start really, really slow because, and this is probably a personal opinion, it's probably because of the world building in the sense of like explaining what this pawn shop is about and the world behind it. Nonetheless, I enjoyed this book. All the magic rules in it made sense, and I'm somebody who argues with myself when I'm reading a book. And their adventure is just so unique. It's so interesting. And like I said, granted, this is my first ever magical realism, and that's probably why I'm so impressed and so just mesmerized by the creativity of how did you think about that? How did you think about, oh yeah, let me have them ride a paper crane to go somewhere, or like have like a whole market in a cloud. Ooh, I don't know if I'm saying too much, but I think that's part of like a synopsis somewhere, I think. It's part of the synopsis, so I didn't spoil anything. There is a night market in a cloud. Imagine reading about that. It definitely 1,000% would recommend it to anybody. Seasoned or not seasoned reader. I think you would definitely enjoy this book. But yeah, I think that's all I have actually. Hold on. This book made me cry a few times. It does explore a little bit of grief as well. But let me tell you something. Even the romance part, even though it falls under romantasy, the romance part is a subplot in this book. But it's also not something that you forget. Oh yeah, they're like romantic interests of each other. It's like so subtly sprinkled everywhere that sometimes it just snucks up on you every time you read about them kind of flirting or like talking about their feelings or trying to like avoid talking about their feelings. It's so cute. It is so cute. Everything is magical and everything is so inspiring and thought-provoking. That's why I say that anybody could and would enjoy this book. I forgot to mention that you can access this book anywhere now. It's on Amazon, it's on Kindle, but I think it's not on Kindle Unlimited yet. It's at Barnes & Nobles, it's at Target, and the UK retailers like Waterstones or Blackwell's. They also have the audiobook out for this now, which I'm excited to listen to. I want to hear this magical story in audio. And you guys know me, I love audiobooks. I'm actually listening to a few right now. But yeah, that's all I have for you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed hanging out with me and listening to me yap about books. If you guys made it to the end of this video, my sincerest thank you to all of you. I know it's tough to watch a video all the way through, but if you did, that means you love me and you're supporting my channel in every way possible. And if you haven't done this already, please subscribe to your girl's channel. Click that notification bell so that you don't miss any future posts from me. And if you like this video, that would just give this video the boost it needs so that it gets shown to other people who would want to hear something about watermelon. You can, and if you have the time, please share this video to your friends and family as well. And I hope you guys have a great day, and I also hope to see you guys on the next one. Happy reading! Bye!